everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Crypto City. This is our season 7 finale. Super excited to have been able to bring this many episodes into the metaverse for all of you and to have had as much support as we've had over these years. It's been super exciting. This is episode 116, which just is kind of crazy and mind blowing all at once. Tonight, we're going to do our typical season finale, and we're just going to do a little run through of who has been on the show this season and kind of what we went over with that. So, we're going to just jump right in and get started. So the first one that we actually had on the show this season was Inati. Inati has been part of our community since the very beginning. She's really grown within the metaverse, and we talked a little bit about, the things that she's done in here from her early days in alt space to founding 4T, which is, trying to bring the community from the metaverse into the real world. And also the fact that she's grown her voice in here and brought her music into the metaverse. And she has, performed on stage. She's really, found herself a niche where she's coming out of her shell and producing music that is absolutely beautiful. If you haven't heard her sing, check her out. She's got a wonderful voice, and she's kind of blending artistry, spoken word in the community to set the tone for an inspiring season this season. So next we had on Ski to Great. So Ski G has a world that he built over in Horizon called Pinkies, and it's paying homage to the real world, Pinkies. And, he's a world builder. He's a creator of Pinkies Record Store. He's a part of MGM Records. He runs Rap Religion, and he does Meta Tiny Desks. And he's, using shared immersive experiences to help empower and put a spotlight on musicians here in the metaverse. He's had a lot of people on where they could come and do rap battles. He, is really trying to help promote their music in his record store. He has interactive records over there in Horizon where you can take the record and pick it up and listen to the music of that artist. So I know there's a few people who've done things like that here in the metaverse to help promote. DJ Marcus is one of them as well. And, it's a really cool concept, and it's great seeing the music community come together and try to help promote each other and help, uplift these voices not in a pun way, but in the realistic way. It's a beautiful thing to see people coming together and working together. So our next guest that we had on was Tinkerlove 1980. And she is, she is a powerhouse mentor and has been in the metaverse for quite a while. She had the Zen Royals that she was the head of. She was part of Sisters for Sisters. She's done a lot of different things to try and help businesses and people within the metaverse, really get a boost, help people who have a dream grow that and help succeed with it. She's done a lot of things for people in Horizon and in VR chat. She's a sponsor of Crypto City. She's a mentor to many people in the metaverse. She's the founder of Beauty Tink Business Development, which Beauty of Tink is helping people in the real world as well as people here in the metaverse. She's helping, people who have children with autism learn how to work with them in a way that makes that child feel empowered, which is such a beautiful thing. And she reminds us of the importance of perseverance, leadership, and helping others rise within the community. So we are grateful to her for all that she has done for us. And, Tink has been a pillar in this community, and we continue to watch her grow and develop lots of new projects. So keep your eyes open for that. Our next guest, we had Rich from Hume AI. And he came on and did a training for us. He has done so much within the community for training and helping develop people. He also builds avatars, and he's been part of Iced Out Thursdays, where he's created some bling to help people have a little fun while you're in here. A lot of us come in here for the fun, and then we get kind of swept up with the business aspect. And he wants to remind us that, you know what, it is still fun here in the metaverse, and you can learn a ton from him. He does a lot of free workshops. He has a whole YouTube channel, and right now he's actually in the process of putting together an iOS platform to help people be able to learn how to work with AI. So, through creation and, hands-on training sessions, he's helping creators harness AI tools and teaching them how to transform creative opportunities within VR and beyond. Everything he's teaching you, you can use here in VR, but also a lot of that transcends over into the real world, and you could help use that to develop 2D and 3D platforms. Our next guest was Dead Unicorns. She's part of Digital Dreamers, and, she's the CEO, and she also brought, contagious energy and authenticity with her into the show. She was showing us how VR, gaming, and digital content creation can blend into one vibrant community movement. Her goal is to try and bring people together for community involvement here in the metaverse. She does a lot of gaming things. She's also building some beautiful worlds. She has one that is just launching this week. So if you're not following her, make sure you check her out. You can find all her information in our Discord or on our YouTube channel. And, she's got some real creative concepts that she's implementing into beautiful world builds. Our next guest is Cosmic High, and he has done so much also in the music world. We find that there's a lot of music movement within the metaverse. People are coming in and they're getting either swept up in the technology, dead ahead with business, or there are a lot of people in music who are finding that this is a great way to capitalize on opportunity. We have some people who throw concerts. We have some people who help work with artists, and we have other people who just bring people into the metaverse to help share their music. So Kai is the founder of Hippie Love Digital, and he's the co-host of HDN VSN, and his episode celebrated collaboration, artistry, and the musicians shaping the metaverse. His Time and Space EP has hit all the right notes within here. He's done some video recording in here. And if you haven't seen his Hippie Love Digital concerts while he was doing them over in Horizon, keep your eyes open, because he's kind of promised us that he's going to be doing more both in Horizon and in VR chat. So this next season coming up, you might see more of him around in VR chat, and we may have him back on as for a Where Are They Now? The next episode was Jen Smash. Jen Smash is the founder of the Amputee Coalition here in the metaverse. She's also part of the Meta to VR Entrepreneur Academy that she started, that she could actually help people who have ideas, grow them. She does an intense boot camp training for entrepreneurs where she will sit them down, teach them what they need to know to kickstart and get going, and then she'll help them follow through with it. She does a segment on Instagram called Moments in Meta, and she highlights some of the things that happen within the metaverse. Her audience is a mixture of people who are looking to grow, people who are her peers growing here in the metaverse, and then a lot of people she's brought in from outside. She brought Little C's in here. She brought in a few other people who are, she brought in the CEO of, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I forget the magazine that she brought in. Essence Magazine. Thank you so much. Shout out to Fuchsia in our audience. I just had a complete and total brain cramp there for a second. But she brought Baku in from Essence Magazine. And she's also done a lot over in Horizon. For a minute, she was involved in the city of Adam as their mayor. She's just done so many things to try and build community. So we're super proud of watching the things that she's done, and we look forward to seeing where else she goes in here. She's really redefining what accessibility and advocacy mean in virtual spaces for people who have physical handicaps. I mean, she's a double amputee, and she has not let that stop her. She's run with that literally here in the metaverse, because in the metaverse, she can do whatever she wants. Our next guest was Mr. Arroyo, the crypto guru. He was returning to drop some real world wisdom. Mr. Arroyo broke down the government adoption of crypto, trading strategies, and how education remains key to understanding and leveraging blockchain technology. He told us about some of the, things that are inhibiting growth. He also told us about how you should really, research and follow through with, not just jumping on the bandwagon and running with it. You really need to pay attention to what you're doing and make sure that you learn. Don't, just follow what someone tells you to do. Make sure you're paying attention and that you are, you ultimately are responsible for your money. No one else is. So if you want to invest in something, go ahead and invest in it, but be wise about how you're doing it. And then our next guest, we had DJ Marcus come on and he did a training for us. He talked about collaboration and community, and he actually went around and interviewed a bunch of people in our community to talk about what they've done here in the metaverse. What better way to showcase how people have taken their dreams, their ideas, and their passions and brought them into the metaverse and included so many different people along their journey. I mean, we have even some of the people here in the audience. Fuchsia from Virtual Fitness Group was one of the people who was interviewed on there. We had Stacks and Ty were interviewed on there. There was a lot of show of community growth, but also personal development and how people can take their ideas, come in here, run with them, and get everybody else in the community amped up and excited about it. So we really thought it was cool that, this session spotlighted involvement, consistency, and how the metaverse can elevate creators and communities alike. Then that brought us to our next guest, which was actually someone who's not part of our metaverse community. Hagar Plattner came on from Israel, and she talked about designing the future in XR. She's a designer and a developer, and she brought on an inspiring perspective on how technology can enhance but not replace our connection to the real world. From her award-winning Link AR networking experience to immersive projects like Creta, where, she worked with teams of people to put things together that were supported by Meta and the metaverse. And, she's showing how creativity, culture, and code can merge to build meaningful augmented and mixed reality spaces. If you saw her pottery example that she did, she was showing how they were doing that in real life and seeing it augmented. She actually just posted something like about a week ago on her Instagram where she was showing how she went on a picnic and she sat there and she painted, in the headset, and in real life with, she was able to use the headset to show the tracing of how she was able to draw and paint in real life. It's just amazing the way that the overlays are working. And her episode highlighted how XR can transform learning, storytelling, and human connection. And then last week we had on a Where Are They Now episode. I love these episodes. These were an idea that Blue had a few seasons ago. And it's always great to bring people on and see what they're doing now. This was a return of some trailblazers, and we featured Ice Cold Stacks. We had Ty Sky, the DJ, and Kawan Kempachi. And this brought back guests to reflect on growth, collaboration, and the continuing evolution of the metaverse. Community events like BYOB that Stacks and Ty are doing, they bring people together from both the gaming platform and from just an immersive, cool event platform. They've done things like murder mystery nights. They've done things where they've had concerts. They've also done these gaming nights where the gaming nights are pretty cool because you've got people from the community sitting in front of a screen, actually playing the game and streaming it on. And there's just a community of people watching them, sitting around and, seeing what they're doing. Sometimes it's like watching a Twitch stream, and then other times she'll turn around, or the other gamers would turn around and they would actually ask the audience for, hey, what should I do next? And a lot of our community was involved in that. I mean, besides Stacks and Ty running it, we had Tinker Love 1980. She was one of the main gamers that was in it. And it's really cool to see that she did like Resident Evil and, people are watching it, but at the same time, people are sitting around just chilling, having a couple cocktails, hanging out with each other too. So it's just a great community feel. And then Kawan came on to talk about the fact that he's doing that hip hop joint, which is a podcast on YouTube, also being played on Mr. Block Party Radio, which is held by by DJ Marcus, Mr. Block Party himself. So, it's just a lot of things that are happening this season that we wanted to shed a light on for community growth. Kawan has done concerts in here, and he's got lots of new things that he's stirring up, but also he's got a residency at Ice Cold Stax's Ice House Casino over in Horizon. So there's a lot of overlap in collaborations in here. And I think we really highlighted a lot of that this season. So, this is our season finale. And I'm so grateful for all of the cool people that I have gotten to interview on this show, all the people that I've gotten to meet that I would not have known about before, people that have been referred to me by members of the audience. And then all the people who are in our audience who not only most of them have graced this stage as, someone I've gotten to interview, but they come back week after week to see the rest of the community. I appreciate the support for our show, but I also appreciate the support for the rest of the community members who are taking their time to come on here and tell us about what they're doing. There's so much real life and virtual collaboration going on here, and it is a beautiful thing to see. Going into our next season, I'm not sure what the theme is exactly going to be, but I can tell you we already have a few guests lined up. I haven't found the actual, string that's connecting them yet, but I got a few weeks to come up with that. And if you know someone that you think belongs up on this stage telling the world what they're doing in here, please reach out to me. Most of the time, it's going to be a great fit, and I'm going to find a way to bring them on. Every once in a while, it might not be the right fit for our show, but the couple times that that's happened, I've been able to connect those people with someone else in the metaverse who might be doing a podcast, a talk show, an interview show in which they can have their platform to tell their story. There are a lot of people on here in the metaverse that are doing similar type shows for different topics. And so it's great to see people wanting to find out what other people are doing. It makes me very happy that I'm able to do this show with my team. I'm so grateful to Blue Moon, who has been with me since the very beginning. She has been an epic person for logistics behind the scenes. She's been great about correcting the things that I do wrong. When I'm posting stuff, she'll be like, go fix that post. And I'm like, oops, thank you. Quick, run over and fix it. I love that she's here every week to help us, and she communicates and helps the guests that come on get backstage, make sure everything is running smoothly. Then we have DJ Marcus, who created the camera system that we are using now to make these incredible videos that go out on YouTube. We've come a long way, and we get to do all of that because of the support of our team. And we have Loudfire, who is here week after week doing crowd control and engaging with the audience and making this a fun environment while making sure that we keep the trolls at bay and that everyone is, enjoying their time here. A lot goes into each episode behind the scenes, whether it's getting the guest, putting the agenda together, the slides, the running of, making sure these guests the audio's working, that their avatars are displayed, making sure they have an avatar. I mean, there are some people we bring on this show who are from Horizon. They come over here, they might not have a VR chat avatar, or somebody who comes from a different platform who comes on or may not actually be in virtual reality. They may be in the 2D version of it, or they may be just in XR. And we have to work with them to get them ready. And all of that stuff is made possible by our team. And I'm very grateful to everyone on our team. And then the other part of this that's critical to keeping us going is absolutely the sponsors. We have DJ Marcus, he was our first sponsor. Love having him as a sponsor because he's also invested in the show itself because he's part of the team. Kip VR. Kip has built this world. He has made updates. He has helped us out in a pinch when we have had emergencies, and I've had to be like, Kip, we're trying to get the show out and this is happening, and he will jump in and help us out. He is, so important to making sure everything runs smoothly in here. We're always doing little updates behind the scenes. And he's also the one that helps keep this place aesthetically beautiful. He's an amazing interior designer. If you need something, make sure you keep him on speed dial. And then we have, Fuchsia with the Virtual Fitness Group, who is keeping everyone in here loving, getting healthy, staying in shape, and doing it while they're hanging out with their friends and having a great time. She doesn't let you slide, though. She pushes you. She sets goals. If you set goals, she sticks you, make sure, are you hitting your goal? She follows up with you. She is a great empowerer, but at the same time, she makes it fun for everyone. And we have Rich from Lux VR and Hume AI, who is, we talked about him earlier, the software he's putting together, all the training he's doing. He has been a firm supporter of us, and he has actually been part of our little tech updates that we have off season. He has come in here and done trainings. He's definitely an integral part of our success as well. And Tinker Love 1980, she's doing Beauty of Tink. She's sponsoring us to try and help find people in the community that she can work with too. And she's just an amazing support system for everyone. And then we have Boss Leo from the Diamond Resilience. She is doing great things over there with networking in Horizon. She has brought a lot of people together, both cross-platform, and, we call it jumping across the street. She's been great about bringing people into VR chat that she thinks should be over here. She's just an amazing person for collaborations and helping people find their passion and their dream and bring it to the next level. And then we have Cybershay, who has been with us since the beginning up in Altspace as well. And she has done 1,000,001 things here in the metaverse. She's an author. She's a world builder. She's a trainer. She's a collaborator. She is working with a music artist with the Block Collaborative. She's just done so many things, and we are so proud of her and everything that she's done. It has been great to watch her grow and to just see all of the cool things that have come along on her plate. So we are grateful to all of you. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who is a part of Crypto City and who helps us succeed. And we will be coming back in January. It will be on January 12th, will be season 8. So if, like I said, you have someone who wants to come on here or you have something you want to share, please reach out to me and we will work on getting you on this stage for an interview. And I thank you all for coming out here tonight for our season finale. And I thank you to all of you who are watching on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, tell people about us. Share this so people will see what the metaverse is all about and want to come in. There are so many new people coming in every day, and all of you who are already experienced in here, you have so much power to bring more people in here and help people grow their dreams, their ambitions, bring their business in, or just come in and enjoy what is already here. There's so much to see, so much to enjoy. Thank you all, and we'll see you next season.